Who we last Big 12 game of the slate. I mean, boy, I could not believe I stayed up the slate watching. I'm like, boy, that the hate scroll doesn't get any better than a Colorado um, comeback choke job, kind of. They host Kansas State. Kansas State kind of looks like they're taking it to them early on. Dylan Edwards gets the score. Shout out Dylan Edwards. Avery Johnson showing off his dance move in the Colorado end zone. And then all of a sudden, Colorado comes back. A couple of bad plays from Avery Johnson. Um, and it looks like they're about to win it, 4th and short. So what do? You throw it 40 yards down the field for some reason. Doesn't work out, shockingly. Kansas State survives, and the hate scroll was great. Shilo Sanders stinks. It's so funny that he's wearing number 21 after his father Dion, and he just stinks. There's nobody in the country that's better at being where they need to be and then not doing a single thing about it. He's always there. He's always where you want him to be. And he just doesn't matter. So that's cool. I'm happy to see him on the losing side of it. This would have been a big game for Colorado to come back and win on, and they don't. So that's great.
Yeah, no, that was wrong. I just have to admit it, Brandon. I was just dead wrong on that take. I think for K-State, give them credit, Brandon. I think after having that demoralizing loss to BYU, I was like, they done? Like, what's happening? I remember they played Oklahoma State. We both said this kind of weirdly elimination game for who's going to make a conference championship. They took care of their business at home, played extremely well, and they took care of their business on the road against a Colorado team that's very unpredictable, but that is a good environment in Boulder. It's not an easy place necessarily to play a game and win. And
sneaky.
And it's sneaky tough. And they found a way to get it done. And yes, all the eyes are on Colorado because how is it not? I mean, Jiminy Christmas. I see Deion Sanders show up on, college game day in his cowboy hat, and he's ready to chirp and ready to talk. And I think it's good. It's good for the Big 12. Colorado is excellent for the Big 12. It's great from an entertainment standpoint. There's no question about it. For Colorado, I thought big game. They win. Hey, Brandon, they're cooking.
They're in the driver's seat pretty much, yeah.
They're cooking. No questions. That's a tough home loss for them. I think in a game they could have won for sure. But K-State found enough plays going down the road, and yeah, I mean, Dion ripping his own kid. And again, he loves his kids, obviously. But I mean, that was it. I give him credit. Like, he didn't, he doesn't say, hey, my kids played great, the rest of the team is bad. He'll rip anybody if he feels like he has to. And Shilo Sanders didn't play well. So, I mean, I kind of respect that about Dion, that he was willing to. Hey, my own son didn't play well. He was bad tonight, really bad. Not that I don't love him. Not that I know he isn't going to get better, but I give him a lot of credit there. I give a lot of credit to Kansas State, as much as that hurts me to say, for going on the road and winning. And they are still a very difficult force in this Big 12 race.
Whew, yeah, and I think they got a sneaky big couple of weeks on because you look at the schedule. They go to Arizona on Saturday. They host Cincinnati, go to Texas Tech, host Utah, play in Arrowhead against Kansas, and then host Oklahoma State to wrap up the season. Kansas is a different beast, but I think these two games, this game in Arizona is probably one of their more winnable games because all of a sudden you go from being on the verge of being 5-1, 4-3-0 in the Big 12. You drop that game against Kansas State. If you drop another one against Arizona, boy, are the wheels starting to fall off for Colorado? This is a big game. And it doesn't get any easier. No. It's going to be a lot of one-score games down the stretch.
No, I mean, I don't care. In the Big 12, wins are still a premium, Brandon. They are not easy to pick up. And when you lose a game at home, I think, especially in this conference race right now, and I know this sounds the cliche of like, duh comments, but you drop a home game, I feel like that cost you a conference championship opportunity this year. I'll put that this bluntly.
Yeah.
And not that teams can't overcome it in the past. I mean, I'm old enough to remember Oklahoma in 2017 losing to Iowa State, who were 4-touchdown underdogs at home with Baker Mayfield. They were still able to overcome that and make the college football playoff that year. But it just feels like the way that this conference is in the way, because there's so much traffic and congestion now, it's not 10 teams anymore, it's 16 freaking teams, and everybody doesn't play
That's
everybody anymore. That messes with that stuff too. I just feel like if you drop a home game, you're just done in the conference championship race in this era of college football. And I will say that for all the conferences, because it's just you don't play everybody anymore. And that's where I do hate realignment still. But then again, the entertainment's been good this year, so it's like I gotta shut up at times.